My beloved, my divine child of golden promise, heaven has watched your heart each in silence. But not anymore. Because today, Archangel Michael is breaking the silence with a fire too loud for your soul to ignore. You've been wrong. You've been left with unanswered questions. But now that person is coming back, needy, shook, but still covering something. And what's kept secret alters everything. Open this before it's too late. My chosen one, you were never meant to hold so much hurt for this long. But you did. And still you continued loving. Still you continued hoping. Still you said quiet forgiveness even when nobody was hearing. But now heaven is hearing. God saw everything and the heavens have acted for you. Before we go any further, if your soul is even slightly trembling while reading this, it means your angels are close. Don't scroll. Don't pass. Don't share what you're reading because this message will disappear once its goal is completed. And if it vanishes before you open your heart to it fully, the person who's about to show up in your life will come wearing a different image. Yes, you read that right. They're coming. Not because they had a changed mind, but because Archangel Michael whispered your name into their restless dreams. The thought of you, your eyes, and what they gave up made them wake up upset. One part of the truth is still being hidden. This is the piece that can either make you whole again or break you again. That's why you were told to open it now. Just take a moment to think. Please subscribe if this message has touched your soul in any way. That way, you will never miss another divine update. You're here for a reason. Right now, what's going to happen is important for your miracle. Please stay with me and read on. Heaven is still putting this scroll together just for you. Do you remember the last time you cried in your room by yourself and asked God why? What were they thinking? Why did they lie to you when you were honest? They left without a solution, the truth or justice. Why did they leave? That time is remembered by God. That night, the Archangel Michael was with you. Your sobs were heard by the sky. Even though you thought no one was there, they were never thrown away. Things did happen last night though in the divine realm. Something changed. The person who broke you is now broken. But not because they feel bad or guilty about what they did. They were warned because they saw something they weren't supposed to see. It came to me in a dream that was full of fire and light. It was all about your face. You standing there shining in a white robe. There was no tears in your eyes. They were on fire in a way they couldn't explain. At that point, they knew you weren't just someone from your past. You were picked. But this is what Archangel Michael says. Watch out because they're still wearing a mask even though they're coming back. God alone has the power to help you peel it off. Don't worry if your heart starts to beat fast. That's not fear. That's confirmation from God. Your soul told you a long time ago that this person was coming back. But they've only told you half the truth. One half is lighter than the other. It gets deeper. It's not just what they did to you. It has to do with what they did behind your back. Michael the Archangel said that the betrayal wasn't a one-time thing. No, my love, it went deeper than that. You never went there, but there were whispers. People who smiled when they saw you would talk about your name like money. But when they didn't have your back, they traded your innocence for attention, your loyalty for laughs, and your honesty for lies. But you never let them know about it. You let heaven handle it. Now heaven is moving. Michael the Archangel is now standing at your gate. You don't need revenge. You need revelation. This is why your soul has been feeling weird lately. You're tired when you wake up. You can feel the energy change in a room before anyone speaks. Even after you've slept, when you hear their name, your chest gets tight. No, not from pain, but from what was said. Because what your mind is about to learn, your body already knows they're on their way. That person, yes, but they're not just coming back out of love. They're coming back because they're scared. Fearful of what you could turn into without them. Scared of the power you're letting out. They thought you were just light, so they are afraid that your name is now being talked about in rooms they can't get to. You're now lightning, though. That's why Archangel Michael told you not to send this message. There is a window of opportunity that closes soon in your favor, a window to heaven. There are 48 hours for you to mentally, emotionally, and spiritually get ready, because this person will look like someone you know when they knock. It won't sound the same, though. Parts will be left out. They'll take the blame elsewhere. They'll say it was just a mistake. They did know what they were doing, though. They are now scared that you do, too. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. My beloved, don't narrow your spirit to make them feel better. Do not cover yourself in the same blanket that they used to make you feel bad. Stay calm and think about what you want to do in the next chapter. What you decide will affect your life for the next 9 years. Yes, 9 years. In the realm of heaven, God made it very clear. They are going to plant what they tried to bury. The pain that they thought would kill them will make my child grow. You, on the other hand, were never just meant to be their memory. You were meant to be their mirror, the one who shows them how much it costs to lose a divine person. Don't be in a hurry to answer when they come back. Take a deep breath. Pay attention to what they say and what they don't say, because what they don't say speaks louder than what they do. The wise angels fought to put them in your spirit. Now this message is coming from Archangel Michael, who is also watching over your future. That's why this message is reaching you right now, not any time before or after. Because divine timing always looks like a coincidence until the prophecy comes true. To my beloved, it's happening. Soon, maybe in the next few hours, you'll get a message, call, or see a post that makes your heart race against the clock. It will hit you. Your soul will tell you. That's it. That's the moment Archangel Michael has been getting you ready for. That's the moment you will remember this message. Write this down in your heart. I'm not the same person I was before they left. When they come back, I'll be who I was meant to be. And let that truth help you make choices. Don't get scared. You're not by yourself. It's not about getting even. Reclamation is what this is about. You are getting back your peace, your voice, and your worth. And no one will ever turn it down again. While God brings you peace again and plans your future, He may also show you the way so you can move forward with faith and knowledge. As your parent, I can see the trouble you've been having, the stress you feel about money, the worries that stay in the background, and the times when you don't know what to do next. Peace is already on its way because you've been asking for it. You're not supposed to stay scared. You should move forward every day with a plan, faith, and clear steps. That's why you have been given a simple plan, a 30-day plan to help you grow in your faith and your finances. Each day will bring you a focused prayer, a small financial step, and clear instructions on how to move forward. There is no stress or confusion. There is only steady progress toward peace and stability. Today is the day to take the first step toward making things better. If you feel ready, this could be the start of a big change in your life. The link is in the description and in the comments that have been pinned below. You can already feel this restoration in parts of your life that you can't see yet. You don't even know it yet, my child. Behind the veil, there is a change that is already changing your story. People are talking about you with awe in rooms you've never been to. And the person who thought they could leave without being punished is seeing visions of you. Big, soft, and strong. They did see what they gave up. God did let them. Not to make them feel bad, but to wake them up. They have been hiding the truth about more than just what they did. It's about what they understand. And if you're not ready, what they know could break you. But listen to this. This message is your spiritual armor. So you are ready. The Archangel Michael says they saw something religious that scared them. He says it was about your future. There was a conversation and a prophecy about how your name was connected to rising, inheriting, and healing. God has blown open the doors they tried to shut for you. God has turned those who tried to hurt you against you. They want to come back in now, but Michael is telling you not to. It's not just love that this return is about. It has to do with power. Because they get scared when they see you glowing without them. They go crazy when they hear that you're doing well. They shake when they feel your peace through silence since they now know they are not needed. You didn't. You love them so much that you believed their lies. That being said, my dear, you were born to rise above lies like flowers do through concrete. Every scar they left behind was a plan for your next blessing. The court of heaven turned every quiet night into a symphony. Finally, the angels start to clap. You should clap because you didn't fold. You didn't get mean. You didn't change into them because you stayed pure. God is now giving you twice as much for your trouble. That needs to be said again so your soul can feel it. Thanks twice as much, honor twice as much, peace twice as much, and attention twice as much. But first, you need to know the secret truth. The person who betrayed you has told someone what they did, but not the whole story. They changed it again. They made you look too sensitive, too much, or too deep. And the truth is that they were scared of how real your love was. It took them away. They were scared. It forced them to change. Instead, they got away. Now the guilt is taking over them. Not because they lost you, but because they know that God was happy with you. They've been looking at you from afar, wanting to know if your smile is still the same. And if someone else can call you theirs, not just the way you look, but also the way you carry yourself, since they know they would not have been that willing to forgive. You were though. Still, my love, don't think that their return means they are sorry. You can't hide your repentance. It's not false, but it doesn't ask for comfort when it was the one who made the storm. Next to you is the Archangel Michael. He states, I gave you a heart that could heal others. Now I give you eyes that see truth, and you will need those eyes because when they come back they will cry. True tears, but tears aren't the truth. Michael then says only truth deserves your presence. Think about that for a moment. The next part of your story is called Dane Closure. God doesn't just tell you what happened. You can see who they really were. Not to hurt you, but to set you free. You used to forgive me as a weapon, but now your silence is your sword and your peace. Your strength is your peace. Don't give it back to someone who used your love to hide their own sins. Because something huge is going to happen in the next few days. A conversation is going to get to you. A voicemail, a message, or a sudden event. The sound will be sweet, but there will be dark things below it. To which Michael replies, you must listen with your soul, not just your ears, because this time you are not the same version of you that they hurt. You are evolved, crowned, and called. This message is more than just a warning. It's getting ready for the fact that heaven is now giving you the pen to write the ending. Tell the truth and decide what will happen in the future. Now, my chosen one, heaven is getting closer. Because no one told you this part of the message was going to come. The part that will make your knees weak. It wasn't from pain. It was from understanding. That person who lied to you, they saw a picture of your future. You know your future. It also didn't have them. It was shown to them when they were not strong spiritually. When heaven came in through the cracks, they dreamed that you were shining, laughing, and rising. They saw someone else next to you, someone on a soulmate level, not just a person. They are now giving that kind of connection to someone who treats it like gold, which they used to take for granted. And they woke up breathless, haunted, because for the first time they realized, you're not waiting anymore. Michael says, this vision wasn't an accident. It was a spiritual mirror. God allowed them to feel what it means to lose you permanently, not just physically, emotionally, energetically, eternally. And now they're running back, not to fix the past, but to interfere with your future. Because they still carry the belief that they have access to you, that they can just knock once, smile twice, say, I miss you. And your heart will open like it used to. But no, not this time. Because this time, you're listening with the years of experience. You're seeing through the lens of heaven. You've healed enough to recognize that love without honesty is not love. It's performance. And you, my beloved, are done being an audience to their broken theater. But I must tell you this with urgency. Before they arrive, they will test the waters. They'll ask around about you. They'll find ways to appear in your digital spaces. A sudden, like a message by mistake, a mutual friend accidentally bringing up your name. All of it is spiritual bait. And Michael warns, don't take it. Because their intention is still wrapped in shadows. They want comfort. They want access. They want you. But not the responsibility that comes with having you. And this is the test. God is allowing it not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because what you say in this moment will echo for years. Will you let them back in through the same door they once broke? Or will you stand holy and whole and let them face their own emptiness? Michael whispers, tell my child the next decision they make will either reopen old wounds or open the gates of divine restoration. This is what your soul has known the whole time. There's more to this than love. It has to do with alignment. It's about the spiritual promise that you've been waiting for so long that you can't wait any longer. You've cried enough. You've healed in silence, fought battles you couldn't see, and smiled even though your heart was still broken. But now, heaven says that time of year is over. My child, the truth is that there is someone new. Yes, God is in charge of it. That person doesn't come with an apology speech but with soul searching. Someone who keeps you guessing but makes you feel safe. Someone who doesn't see your weakness as a weakness but as a way to get closer to you. But they can't get in while you're still spiritually open to the person who made you shake. They only see how valuable you are when they think they might lose you. What Archangel Michael is saying tonight is very loud because of this. There is a war going on in the spirit world around your heart, and heaven is telling you, protect it now or risk delaying everything we're about to bring into your life. What should you do? They won't be blocked. You don't need to swear at them. You don't even need to answer. You just need to go up more. You just need to be so still in your peace that their chaos can't get to you. It will be like old times when they come back, which they will. The voice is the same, soft, sad, and the same. But this time, you'll hear the sound of all the nights you cried by yourself. You'll also know that forgiveness doesn't mean you can get in. Love also doesn't mean going back to a place that forgot how to hold you before. Please put your hand on your chest right now, my love. Do you feel it? That's the truth making your soul vibrate. Because you've always known that you were not like other people. That's why being betrayed hurt you more than most. Because you loved more. You had more faith. Your heart was given as a building. They held it up like a trophy, but no longer. The crown doesn't slip this time. You have the sword this time, but not for battle, but to set limits. Archangel Michael says, this next season of your life requires a fortified heart and a clear mind. Not because someone is coming to hurt you again, but because someone sacred is coming to love you like never before. But before they arrive, God must make sure there's no spiritual residue left from the one who misused your presence. Because heaven never sends royalty into rooms still stained with regret. Heaven cleanses. Heaven restores. Heaven makes room. So if you've been feeling waves of old emotions rise up lately, that's not weakness. That's cleansing. That's spiritual detox. God is flushing the final remnants of their memory out of your body. Because when divine alignment shows up, it won't knock. It will arrive and you need to be ready. This is your preparation window. Yes, there's still time, but not much. Michael says, tell my child within the next 3 days a sign will come loud, clear, unshakable. They must not dismiss it as coincidence. That sign is heaven's signal. That is when the shift begins. And when it does, everything will move quickly. A sudden message from someone unexpected. A dream so vivid it feels more real than reality. An encounter that shakes you to your core. A mirror moment that finally sets you free. Because freedom doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes with silence, with knowing, with being able to look at the one who once broke you and feel nothing but peace. That is when you'll know you've won. But let me give you one last warning from Michael in this section. They may try to manipulate with nostalgia. They may remind you of laughter, of first dates, of what could have been. But that is not the same as repentance. That is emotional trickery. And you have evolved too much to be caught in loops. This isn't a cycle anymore. This is a choice, a holy one. So breathe in right now. Say this aloud if you can. I release the version of me that kept doors open for those who never planned to stay. Because your light is not a lighthouse for lost souls anymore. It's a gate and heaven holds the key. This is the hour you choose yourself. Not out of bitterness, but out of divine memory. You were always God's. You were always meant for more. And now, my divine one, heaven pauses for a breath because you're standing at a sacred crossroad. Not just between the past and the future, but between the person you used to be and the soul you're about to become. This is the moment Archangel Michael whispered about for months, when your heart would feel like it's floating between two realities. One built on memory and the other rising from miracle. And you, my beloved, are ready for the miracle. Yes, you are. Because you've already survived what was meant to destroy you. You've already stood in storms that made others run. And still you stayed kind. Still you stayed honest. Still you stayed faithful to a love they didn't know how to carry. But now the divine shift begins. The story is no longer about what they did to you. It's about what God is doing through you. Because your blessing isn't coming. It's already here. It's just waiting for you to fully release the weight that's not yours anymore. And here's the secret Archangel Michael wants only you to know. That person who betrayed you, they've been having dreams, vivid, holy, terrifying dreams. They see you walking away. They see you smiling without them. They see your name being praised in circles they can no longer reach. And in one dream, Michael stood in front of you, wings wide, blocking them from touching your light. It shook them. They tried to brush it off, tried to drown it in distractions, but the Spirit wouldn't let them. Because when someone messes with a divine soul, heaven writes it into their destiny. And now that energy is chasing them not as punishment, but as a mirror. God isn't trying to hurt them. God is trying to awaken them. But that awakening, it's not your responsibility. You are not their healer. You are not their rehab. You are the reminder of what grace looked like before they lost it. So if you feel them pulling on your energy, pray. Don't answer out of emotion. Answer from elevation. Let your spirit speak louder than your pain. You see love. You've entered the season of reversal. Where the ones who mocked your depth now crave your wisdom. Where the ones who ignored your value now envy your peace. Where the ones who left your heart bleeding now walk with their own unhealed wound marked by your absence. But do not feel sorry, because you gave them a chance to love you at your request. And they left, and God saw everything. God counted every tear, in heaven has made a decree. No more loss for my child. Only return, only reward, only rebirth. So wipe your tears now. Those sacred drops you've held back, they've served their purpose. They've watered the soil of the new life about to bloom. It's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to grieve what could have been. But don't you dare walk backward, because what's ahead is the life you begged for in your quietest prayers. And as God leads you toward that new life, He may place a simple and faithful path before you to bring peace and direction to the worries you have carried silently. My child, I see the weight you have been holding, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily guidance. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough plan. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear guidance to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments below. As this awakening grows inside you, and know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our COF community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. And what God is preparing ahead of you will bring restoration not only to your circumstances, but also to your heart. The kind of love that knows your soul's language. The kind of peace that feels like a long-lost home. The kind of joy that doesn't need performance, just presence. And Archangel Michael says, this is your inheritance. Get it now. Don't be happy just because someone from your past finally got up late. This is where the story takes a new turn, my love. Not softly, not subtly, but like thunder through every lie that has ever been told about you. Because God has had enough. Enough of being forgotten about. Enough of being lied to about your loyalty. Stop letting people think that your kindness makes you weak. Next, heaven changes the story. Michael the Archangel is reading your life story from a holy scroll. And every line that used to say betrayal is now written with breakthrough. God is now putting a stamp of restoration on every chapter that was marked with abandonment. But there is a catch to this restoration. Please don't let pity pass for love. Don't let nostalgia trick you into remembering things that aren't true. What's coming back may look familiar, but it doesn't fit the new you. You're no longer interested in that old way of connecting. You have grown past telling half-truths and showing affection in small ways. And God didn't bring you through this valley just to give you back to someone who hasn't learned how to handle holy things with care. Michael the Archangel says, the past is knocking, but so is your promise. You can't answer both because they want to remind you of who you were and praise you for who you've become. So take a moment, my dear. Take deep breaths. Your spirit already knows the way to life. That old love was sweet, but it made you hungry. It looked like safety, but told you lies. It told you to get smaller, lighter, and bend. All to help people understand. If you feel deeply loved by God, that love doesn't ask you to explain yourself. That depth is praised. It doesn't make you break your silence. It has room for you to be quiet. It's not brighter than your light. It is amazed by it. In other words, don't mix up the pain of letting go with the punishment of losing. You're not getting in trouble. You are being put in place. Ready to meet someone who won't mess with your heart. Ready to have conversations that heal, not confuse. Set up for love that is based on truth, not lies. Right now, Michael bends down and puts his hand on your crown. He says, you passed the test. You forgave when it hurt. You stayed when you could have fled. You spoke life even when others spoke poison. And because of that, heaven is rewarding you openly. But hear this next part with all of your spirit. When they come back, and they will, you don't owe them a reply. You don't owe them closure because they had every chance to choose you and they didn't. Now it's your turn to choose. And this time, choose yourself. Not the broken version, not the begging version, not the please don't leave me version, but the divine version. The version that looks in the mirror and sees royalty. The version that knows what love feels like when it's not built on fear. The version that doesn't tolerate emotional crumbs when God has set an entire banquet in front of you. Stay with me, beloved, because in the next section, Archangel Michael will reveal exactly what's coming to replace what was lost and why this new chapter will be the one your soul has been crying for since the beginning. Let me know when you're ready to continue. And now, child of light, let the heavens speak directly to your soul. Because what's coming isn't just a replacement. It's a revelation. It's not a rebound. It's a rebirth. You see, God doesn't give back what was taken. He gives better. He gives glory for ashes. He gives peace for panic. He gives divine companionship for counterfeit connections. The person heaven is bringing to you. They aren't just a lover. They're a mirror of your healed self. They've also been broken. They've also cried alone. But the difference is they did the work. They faced their shadows. They bled and healed and bled again. And now they're being aligned with you because you did the same. You didn't just move on. You transformed. And heaven saw that. That's why Archangel Michael has been hovering around you more closely than ever. He's not just watching. He's protecting the space around your blessing because the old energy is still lingering, trying to crawl back in. But this time, the gate is guarded. You will no longer be accessible to confusion. You will no longer be triggered by false affection because heaven has equipped you with discernment sharper than ever. Now you can feel a lie even if it's wrapped in I miss you. You can spot manipulation even if it's cloaked in just checking on you because wisdom has become your shield. And beloved, listen to this. The next few days will feel intense energetically, emotionally, spiritually, because your breakthrough is trying to settle in. But your spirit still senses the echo of the past trying to compete for space. And you must be brave enough to close that door completely, not out of anger, but out of alignment. Michael says, let them wonder. Make them feel bad. Let them bear the weight of the paths they choose. You are not the end of their story. You are not their way back to goodness. You are God's child, not their lesson. Take that in. You are not someone else's project to heal. It's been hard times that have made you who you are. But God's grace has kissed you and anointed you with His very breath. You are now getting ready for a relationship where you are not only seen but also understood, needed, and cared for. Not only picked, but also loved. When they show up, this new person sent by God will do what they're told. You'll feel it right away. There won't be any games. No one will be able to guess. It won't be almost. Things will be clear. Things will be calm. God will be there. Remember though that this promise comes with safety. In other words, the old has to go so that the new can settle in. You can't leave the door half open for someone who could have gone in but chose not to. You don't have to be close to love them. Even though you can forgive them completely, you don't have to start over with a story that God is already done writing. Please let me know when you're ready for the next part. Archangel Michael is about to tell you the exact divine moment when your life changes. It won't be slow when it does happen. It will happen all of a sudden and last. That's it, my dear. Heaven turns the page. The next chapter doesn't start out slowly. It erupts. Because God doesn't whisper when He moves. After a long time of silence, He roars. And your name has been echoed like thunder in the divine realms right now. The angels you have are not pacing. They are setting up. The plan for your next 90 days has been given to you by Archangel Michael. Also, loved ones, what's coming is so big that it would scare the old you. Unexpected turns, doors that open for no reason, people reaching out to you who used to ignore you, and chances coming your way as if the delay never happened. As God heals, He doesn't just put things back together, He changes it completely. But pay close attention. You will feel like time stops for a moment and it will be quiet, sudden, and holy. It will come out of the blue. It could happen while you're alone doing something like brushing your hair, washing a plate, or walking outside in the quiet. All of a sudden, you'll feel it. That, my love, will be the day your promise comes true. A weight will lift, the pressure will crack, and your soul will say, "It's here." You won't have to go after it either. You won't have to beg for it. That's right. Your breath will be enough to show that you deserve it. Being there will be very important. Your journey was all about getting ready. But be careful. The person who hurt you will feel this too. They'll feel it even if they don't say it. Some part of their spirit will get tighter. It will hurt in their chest to remember a name they called too late. They'll see that you weren't just a phase. You were what made the difference. Michael says they'll come telling the truth, but not to fix things. They want to feel better about their guilt, he says. And this is where your power is undeniable. You won't need them to say sorry for making you feel better. You will be able to find peace again without their words because you have already healed. That was your sermon, your silence. That was your answer. That was your joy. That's how fair you are. You're not the same person who put up with less. Let confusion happen. Let lying go or beg to be seen. You are now a royal. You are now lined up. Something that can't see your light can't get to you anymore. When you see them again, Archangel Michael says, your spirit will be calm. Not because it forgot, but because it has grown up. And that will be the last proof that the war is over. That your soul won. And that you were never waiting for them. You were waiting for yourself. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel, your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.